exploring material selection based on extreme performance metrics, a space elevator construction perspective.
Welcome to the Universal Principles podcast. Today, we're diving into material selection based on extreme performance metrics. It's all about choosing materials not for everyday use, but for when things get really tough. Can you give us a bit of context from a space elevator construction point of view?
Thanks for having me. In space elevator construction, material selection based on extreme performance metrics is absolutely crucial. It's not just about what works best on paper or in a lab, it's about what can survive the unique and harsh realities of space. Think radiation, micrometeoroids, and immense tensile forces. The materials used must still function in the extreme conditions.
So it's about the limiting factors. What's the higher concept here?
Exactly. The higher concept is focusing on the limiting factors of a system and optimizing performance around those. It's about identifying the weakest link and strengthening it. In space elevator design, we pinpoint which material properties are most critical for survival and optimize the design around those.
Can you give us a concrete example of material selection based on extreme performance metrics in space elevator construction?
Sure, consider carbon nanotubes. Their tensile strength is phenomenal at the nanoscale, making them prime candidates for space elevator cables. Yes, there are challenges in scaling up production and integration, but their ability to withstand extreme tension is the key driver. Another problem is the constant radiation, so material selection is about radiation shielding.
That makes sense. How about another example?
Okay, let's look at micrometeoroid resilience. Even tiny impacts at orbital speeds can be catastrophic. So, material selection isn't just about strength. It's also about designing for impact resistance, like incorporating self-sealing materials or layered shielding to minimize damage propagation. We can't just have a material that is strong but brittle.
Interesting. It seems like this principle goes beyond just materials science. Are there similar principles in other fields?
Absolutely. Think about cryoarchitecture, where they need material selection for low-temperature performance. Just like in space, the extreme environment dictates the design. You need materials that don't become brittle and fail at extremely low temperatures, and that's the primary focus, similar to our extreme material selection.
So for our listeners, what are some practical ways to implement this principle in their own projects, even if they're not building space elevators?
First, identify the most extreme conditions your system will face. Second, prioritize material properties that are critical for surviving those conditions, even if it means sacrificing some typical performance. Finally, test, test, test. Simulate those extreme conditions and see how your materials hold up.
Great advice. Any closing thoughts?
Just remember, designing for the extreme isn't about overkill. It's about resilience and ensuring your system can handle whatever the universe throws at it. You never know when it might come in handy.
Fantastic. Thanks for shedding light on this. That wraps up another episode of Universal Principles. Join us next time when we uncover another fundamental principle shaping our world.